Hello, beautiful. Welcome to Stepping into the Light with Julia Treat. That's me, your host for today's podcast. I hope and pray that you are finding your way through this great awakening with grace and ease. I hope that you are continuing to call on your angels and guides and finding ways to take care of you, which is of the utmost importance during these difficult times. I say difficult times, but to be honest, it has not been difficult for me, for Michael. We've been kind of cruising through this whole situation, but it's been difficult to see what others are going through. You know, the masses, friends, family, loved ones, and that's the difficult part, is being a witness to that. I've been on my cleanse actually I think I'm on day 5. It was much needed. It's been way too long since I've done that. I have done this cleanse at least twice a year for the past, I'm going to say at least 10 years. I was introduced to it by a woman who, had mastered this way of cleansing for 10 days. And it's a metabolic cleanse. It basically resets everything, cleanses all of your organs. It cleanses your blood. It's like, and no, I don't have the scientific proof of that, but all I know is I feel fantastic. I actually felt fantastic by day 2. That's how fucked up my system was, I think. But by the end of the cleanse, I just feel fantastic. I'm going to talk about several things about how the angels have always been preparing me for this time. But I also want to let you know that I am talking about the cleanse. I realize how many people could benefit from it. I am not going to be charging for it. I'm actually going to be sharing the cleanse, how to do it for 10 days, certain recipes that are really yummy. I'm going to be doing it all for free. And so there are supplements, there's things that you have to take during the cleanse. It's from a very reputable company. And one that my naturopath, Lynn, who raved about, she did all the research and she said this is the one one of the companies that is really legit and has good stuff in their products. And again, from the last 10 years and doing this cleanse twice a year, at least, I feel fantastic. So I'm going to be sharing that on my YouTube channel. And I'll tell you why, because I don't know, I can't share the links to all of the supplements and everything on the podcast. When the podcast broadcasts out to all these different platforms, you lose those links. So I could be talking about the cleanse, but people won't know like where to click and how to get it and all the stuff. So my YouTube channel is called Stepping into the Light, Julia Treat. You can just put that into a search on YouTube. And I'm going to be working on it this weekend, getting everything uploaded, the links that you'll need. There's 3 products that you're going to need to take that will really help you do this detox. Okay, there's a lot of, I'm going to say good doctors that use this as a detox. They help their patients through this, giving them this detox. Again, it will cleanse your organs. It will help your liver. I'm trying to think. I just realized I just pulled it up. I'm just pulling up real quick so I can tell you. When I used to talk about this cleanse, these are some of the things that I actually when I sat down to tell people what they could expect. You could expect increased energy, deep and peaceful sleep, radiant skin. My skin has already changed in 5 days, and it was. I got a little lazy, to be honest, with my food and what I was eating, drinking, and all the stuff I was doing. I got lazy. And so I knew I needed to really, and I can use an excuse as everything I've been through the past several months, but that's just an excuse, and that's victimhood, and I'm not a victim, so fuck that. It was laziness. All right, increased clarity, increased focus, feeling of just amazing, feeling fabulous, joyful. It really, because you're getting the toxins out of your body, so then bringing things into balance, a feeling of all is well. Okay, loss of excessive weight, and most people go down 1 to 2 clothing sizes. It might be more if you have more to lose. Yes, in 10 days, no lie, no kidding. Your aches and pains will disappear. more mental and physical flexibility, and I always feel a stronger connection with God. This is true. These are facts. Again, I'm doing it for free, so I'm not here trying to sell anything to you. I'm trying to sell you into feeling better, right? The angels have always been preparing me for this time. I've really been realizing that. And going into this awakening, when Michael and I started, I started awakening first. By the way, it took 4 people's eyes turning black in front of me for me to start even looking into it. My awakening happened. Michael was resistant. I left him I didn't leave him. We didn't break up. I just moved out for a little bit, for like a month. I had to go be by myself because I was learning so much and I couldn't be around him, not willing to look at anything. I understand it's very difficult for so many people. They just can't look at it. They don't want to know. I've thought about this. I do believe there's a consequence to our actions always. And some people believe you got to answer to God. Some people believe in karma. For me, for what I know and what I've learned, if I don't do something and continue to try to do something to help the children, save the children, then I'm pretty sure karmically that's going to come back to bite me. So, it doesn't even matter. That doesn't even matter. But when we were finally back together in this awakening, because he used to tell me, he said, you're just pissing everyone off on Facebook. I said, well, I don't give a fuck. I'm telling them the truth. Like, I don't care who I piss off. My whole life I've been attacked. Being a preacher's kid, you're not good enough. You're not a real preacher's kid. I was attacked for that. My dad was attacked for it. He was basically almost fired one time because I was a teenager not acting like a preacher's daughter. Well, then I got attacked for being a psychic, a medium. I've been attacked my whole life, so I really don't fucking care. And I told Michael that. I said, I don't care who's mad at me on Facebook. I'm not on there for likes. And so when he came around, and now he's like a posting king. He's posting stuff left and right. But when we started going into this together, because it was a little iffy there. I would not be here. If he wouldn't have started his awakening process, we would not be together right now. Maybe somewhere down the road, but we wouldn't be together now. That's how strongly I feel about it. And but I knew, that we needed to stay strong. Physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, that we had to stay strong through this. Together or not. We each had to have our strength. And so that's, again, like I said, the angels have always been preparing me for this time. The time that saving humanity, saving all of us, would come to a precipice. Now, there's no way 5 years ago I would have been saying things like this, okay? Because I wasn't awake yet. I was still under the spell. I was still asleep. But as Michael and I have continued on this journey now together for the past, 4 years into this now, or 5? I've lost track. Doesn't matter. I don't care about time. I care about the mission. We are here to end the evil and create the most beautiful place and space that it was always supposed to be. And so I've never stepped away from calling on the angels, particularly Archangel Michael. Okay, he has always been my go-to. I have seen myself standing next to him in battle and always feel, that he is around me any moment I call on him, but even when I'm not calling on him, he is still here helping me. But I started having this vision of, life's a breeze, going through life, it's, hey, hunky-dory and la-la land, and we're all... I'm having my groups, we're feeling the 5D energy, and we really felt some cool stuff. Like, it really was. Whether that was real or not, it felt amazing. I do believe that's how it will feel when we're all there. And I could just see my angels going, or even Archangel Michael telling the crew, the angelic crew, all right, well, we've got her this far. Now it's time we got to wake her up. Now she has to understand what comes next, why she's here, why she's truly here. Now, I had had 4 different people over several years, uh, watch their eyes change to black eyes and deliver a message to me. And I don't know if you've heard those podcasts. If you have, then I apologize. I'm going to try to go through them quickly. But I'm even going to go further back than that, because there's so many times, and this is why I'm bringing this up. I had to be so strong in my faith and connection to God, and my faith and connection to Archangel Michael and my angels, my angelic family. I had to get that connection so strong that it would help me get through the past several years, the past 4 whatever years, and into what's coming next. So I had to build that strong bond. I had to remember my true family. I mean, we're all family, but I had to remember my galactic family, right? And I had to remember that as long as I'm connected with God in me, God is within me, God is my strength. It's not me reaching out for a lifeline from God. Yes, I've cried out for a lifeline, and then he showed me the next steps. He didn't cure me of Lyme disease, right? When I had Lyme disease for 8 years, I was crying. I was on my knees in my yard years ago, so many years ago, crying for help. I said, I just need a lifeline. I'm dying. I'm dying inside. My body's dying. This isn't me. And he sent me a lifeline. He didn't cure me right then. I do believe that can happen. But what I needed next was, I went to a diner. Maybe the next day, it's kind of blurry now, but I'll never forget the placemat in front of me. The placemat in front of me at this diner just went by myself. I used to spend a lot of time by myself. I have no problem hanging out by myself. There's all these ads on this diner placemat. And this one had a purple angel on it, and I was drawn to it immediately. I'd never talked about angels, didn't think about angels, none of that. I was raised in the church, Baptist church, but we didn't talk about angels. We talked about Jesus and God, but we didn't talk about angels. And I was drawn to that. That led me to my first class to learn about angels. That was my first connection with one of my guardian angels, Ariel, never forget. Which led me to Archangel Michael. Like, there's so many ways, but that was the beginning. Okay, the beginning of, all right, there's something about this. There's something to this. There's something more than what is around us that we can see. Another instance, I was at a Tony Robbins event, and he took us into it was Date with Destiny. It was $5,000 just to go to that. It was amazing. It was one of the most amazing experiences of my life, and most difficult to get through. I'm not gonna lie, it was rough, because you're peeling layers away, and layers of conditioning. And he took the group. There was 5,000 of us there, and he took everyone from all over the world, right? And we're split up into groups. They split you up into groups when you get there. So I'm with people from all different parts of the world. Not everyone speaks English. They got translators on them. He's taken this group, these 5,000 people, into a deep guided meditation. And he took us back. He said, I'm going to take you back to a time when you felt love. He's like, and now it's he's really got us into the zone. So he takes us back to this place. And then he says, okay, we're going to go even further. We're going further to where you felt love. And he kept going to where the first time you ever felt unconditional love, ever. And I landed. I landed. I was this little girl. I was a girl, because I'm a girl this time, whatever. I was a little girl laying in the hands of God. And it was this beautiful hands, and I was all curled up on my side. And I was sleeping. I was asleep, and he was telling me things telepathically. Now, it's not that I can recall what he was telling me, but it was that unconditional love that I felt. It was amazing. And I started sobbing. I mean, I couldn't hold it back. I've heard other people talk about when they tap into that Christ consciousness, that feeling the Christ energy, which is that God energy, and they'll get emotional talking about it, and I know what they're talking about. And I started sobbing, and I couldn't hold it back, and I just got louder and louder, and the most amazing thing happened. I had my head, my face in my hands, bent over in my lap, bawling, sobbing, and everyone around me put their hand on me. People from all different countries around me. There was one gentleman in front of me. I think he was French. He didn't speak any English. I just remember his face. He just looked at me with the most loving eyes and grabbed my hands and squeezed them. It was a short time after that, or I don't know if it was weeks or months. It kind of all blends together now. But we were out riding motorcycles with friends, and we took a long drive to New Jersey from Pennsylvania. And once a year we go to this campground. It's just, they have good food, they have a river. And the first time we went there was after I had connected, at Tony Robbins' event with the hand of God. That's what I call it. We get to this campground and we're having some beers and we're ordering our food. And afterwards we went outside. Or I did. I think I got done sooner than everyone else. Went outside. And I saw this massive tree that literally looked like a hand. And this big trunk, it had these big white branches sticking out, 5 huge, just like a palm of a hand. And I, played outside for a while, and I came back in, and I asked the owner of the campground, I said, what is up with that tree? Because I was just drawn to it. And he said, oh, that tree is called Hand of God. Well, I'm sure you can imagine my jaw, falling to the floor. And I was like, oh my gosh, wow. And he said, yeah, we've had flooding here. The town has flooded, the campground over, decades, many floods. And that tree has always withstood the test of time, withstood these storms. So I went out and climbed. I said, are we allowed to get on the tree? And he said, absolutely. And I used to do that when I was a kid. So I climbed up on the tree and I literally just lay down on my stomach and hugged one of the branches. And, several people that we were with took pictures of it. And I do have pictures of it. I'm just sharing this because when you kind of start thinking back where you are now and how God, your angels, you've been prepared for what's happening now, as this awakened warrior. Because that's what it takes. That is what it's going to take to finish this, to change this. Another instance, I was driving to my parents in Connecticut. It was a few hours away before they moved to Kansas, and driving in my Subaru with my last 2 dogs, Daisy and Rosie. I used to talk about them. They went everywhere with me. Now I have Macy and Gracie. But this is when I had Daisy and Rosie. Driving in rush hour. Everyone's going 80, at least 80. And I'm in the furthest left lane in because I like the fast lane. I'm always going in the fast lane and get out of my way. But it was bumper to bumper. It was early afternoon, mid-afternoon. Rush hour going into this major city. And I can't remember which city that was, just on the way to my parents'. And my car all of a sudden made this a huge loud bang, and I could feel it I could feel it in my steering wheel, like a big pop. My car died, my steering wheel froze, and I had no power, and I had no control of anything. And I'm not kidding, it was like slow motion. My car, now I literally believe that I had whoever, the angels, God, took. I don't really get fear too much. I don't feel it too much. But most people would feel fear at that moment. I had zero fear. I just sat there. It was like I was just in La La Land, just sitting there observing as my car floated to the right ever so slowly, right? I was going 80 something. It just floated slowly to the right, came to rest on the on the shoulder of the road, just gently stopped. This very slow motion thing happened. And I was in this la la land watching it happen, you know, and then my car stopped very gently. And I looked up and it's like everything went back to normal, you know, the regular time, density, everything. So I literally left this dense world for a moment while my car floated. It was bizarre. And I was awestruck. But there was not a car in sight. It was just bumper to bumper. There was no car behind me. There was no cars in sight on either side of the highway. I knew, again, the hand of God had held me. That's what I call it. And taken me out of something that could have been horrific into a very gentle stop. Then, yes, I had to call the tow truck. I had to call my parents to come get me. Like, that whole motion happened. But, again, just another thing preparing me, because I would really have to reflect on how taken care of I've been. You know, connected to God and also taken care of while being connected to God. I don't know, however you want to look at it. Years ago, in one of my retreats in Sedona, I led the group in a guided meditation. This is another, you know, everything preparing me for what, you know, for this time of ridding this planet, this earth, of the evil. And again, I had to have such a strong connection with the angels, with Archangel Michael, with God, with faith, with trust, with hope, all the stuff, with myself. I had the group in this deep meditation. They're in a circle. I'm sitting on this little platform where they're all laying there in their little mats. And I always feel like, you know, I used to feel like this, like, I don't know, this mommy angel or this mommy something with all the little birds and making sure that they're okay. Because when I'm leading a group in guided meditation, I'm watching everyone to see, you know, are they okay? They're doing okay? And it was a beautiful guided meditation where they're connecting with their angels. And I can't remember it. I can't remember what it was about. But as I'm talking them through this guided meditation, there's music playing. I start noticing shadows. Okay, something's flying. Is so bizarre. We're inside in the building, in the Crystal Hall, this big building with all glass windows. Something is flying over the group in a circle because I'm not seeing it yet because I'm not looking up. Again, it's from your mind's eye, your pineal, your third eye being able to see it. But I could see the shadow going over everyone laying in the circle. And the shadow was flying in a circle, and then there were more shadows, and I'm just sitting there going, I'm going, holy shit, what the, oh my God. I mean, because that was the first for me of having an experience like that, and I'm like, holy crap. In my mind, I'm thinking, if they only knew, if they could see this, but I'm continuing them through the meditation. So now I'm telling you, these shadows, now we've got, I know a whole crew. Whether you want to say, I say angels, that's what it felt like to me. Angelics flying in a circle over us. And I finished the meditation. Now, usually when you finish a guided meditation, everyone feels like relaxed or energized, but they kind of lay there and stretch and kind of move. Okay, when the meditation was done, I said the last word, and I shit you not, everyone sat up. Everyone sat up immediately and goes, oh my God, did you see that? Oh my God. Everybody saw them. Incredible. I will never forget that. Again, building that connection, right? That connection with the angels, that bond to know that we're never alone. I'm never alone. They're always with us. And then one other time when I was staying at Angel Valley, that's what it was then. It has been bought by someone else, and they don't hold retreats. They do let people stay there, I believe, but they have day and night visits. That's it. It's totally changed, and I'm not, hey, do whatever you got to, you want to do with the property because you own it right now. But I was staying there before the group arrived. I always stayed 1 to 2 nights before to really acclimate, and I've been there so many times. I just loved it there. And I went to sleep. Now I sat out that night. Now I'm on the grounds alone. Okay, so I'm on this big retreat. It's dark. There's not a lot of lights. Um, and I'm there alone. And this time felt a little weird. Felt a little eerie. I was watching the skies off towards Sedona because the retreat is out on the outskirts. And it wasn't dark yet. It was getting close, like sunset. But I was seeing this weird thing happen in the sky. I realize now it could have been some kind of portal, or I don't even know. But I actually took a video of it because I was like, what the hell is happening there? Well, I sat up for a while and there was no TVs there or anything, just sitting in silence by the river. Decided to go to bed. Again, it just feels a little strange. Well, I think it was 1 a.m. I've talked about this on a podcast. It's been a long time, but I think it was about 1 a.m., something like that. I woke up and there were 3 beings standing at the end of my bed. Yes. Again, something I'd never experienced before. And I told the group this when they arrived, and I said it on the podcast, and I'm sticking to it because I immediately knew. Don't ask me why they came to me. I'm not saying, I don't know, whatever. Arcturian, Pleiadian, and Archangel Michael. And they were standing at the end of my bed, and I'm not going to lie, it was literally like, oh shit moment. Like, you just wake up and you're like, oh shit, what are they doing here? What are they doing here at the end of my bed? So for whatever reason, I felt safe. I knew everything was okay, but I just like a little kid pulled my blanket up over me and I didn't put it over my head. I don't remember. It may be up to my neck. And I just turned to my side and I think I was on my side. I'm trying to remember. I remember what it felt like when they did the next thing, but I just closed my eyes and I just was like, okay, I'm safe. It's going to be okay. Whatever's going to happen. And I felt, if I remember correctly, it was pressure, not hard, just a touch at the crown of my head, the top of my head, the third eye, and my temple. And I felt a vibration happening in, I'm going to say my skull, in my head. I felt that. And then all of a sudden I felt a vibration on the pubic bone, but it wasn't going through my spine. It was like I'll be honest, almost like they were connecting the energy somehow. Maybe it was grounding me. I mean, again, things happen and I don't always know what it is or what it means. But that was another experience that was quite remarkable. And so as we move into this next phase of this dark to light, that's exactly what it is. We're going from dark to light. I've just really been reflecting and expressing so much gratitude for everything that I have been given, so much love and support and experiences, that I feel, that I am ready. I am ready for whatever is next. I'm not scared. I never have been. I also have come to the conclusion or realization or knowing, because somehow I maybe leaned away from it, that I can't change anyone else. Okay, so I can just work on me. I can change me. I can improve me. I can help myself ascend. I can share and hope others, maybe it helps them. But I can't change anyone else's, I say I can't change anyone else's reality, but I have helped many with healing, with my healing work, so it has changed their reality. So maybe I retract that. Again, guys, I'm going through this like everyone else. I go to bed every night just saying, literally praying for truth. I'm ready for truth. I want to know the truth about everything. I can handle it. I don't want to know. I don't want to live in lies. I don't want to be fooled. I want to know the truth about everything. And that kind of leads me to the next part of my message is pay attention or think about where your beliefs come from. I have always shared my stories and experiences, whether it's things that have happened for me or to me or clients of mine. So I've had the experiences. It's not someone told me this, so I believed it. And I really want you to start looking at that is what is it that you believe and why is it? Is it because you heard it? Because someone told you that? I have had several people reach out for about different things about my last podcast that I put them up sometimes and then I take them down. And I say, okay, whoever needs to hear that will hear it, and I'm not going to leave it up. And the last one that I posted was the plea from the unborn children. And it was an emotional one, and it was exactly what I needed to talk about and perhaps help myself heal even more. But I had people reach out with different responses, and some were, some were like, well, this has been going on for eons, so, we just have to manifest good. We can't stop that. And I was like, oh boy, that's why it's been going on for eons, actually. I had others saying that this was their karmic whatever, and then I had other people saying it was their soul contract. I'm just going to pose a question. Where do you get that from? Why do you believe that? Why do you believe that's someone's soul contract? Have you experienced that? Do you know that for yourself, internally, in your heart? Have you experienced that you know it's a soul contract that they signed? I was thinking about the children who are, that are beaten and tortured and raped 24/7. I would have to question that if that's if they signed up for that, if that's a soul contract that they decided to come and do that, or a karmic debt. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, but I've never been one to just believe what someone says. And that used to really upset my parents because that's why I wasn't the best preacher's daughter, because I didn't believe everything they were saying. I still don't. So I think moving forward, well, I'm just going to suggest that you start having your own experiences. Stop listening to whoever is telling you it's this and that. And I can't even believe all the people that believe something's going to happen on this eclipse coming up. Somehow they're going to get extra downloads or beam me up, Scotty. I don't even know what the hell. And some are freaking out and getting all kinds of supplies. And I'm like, it's because of what someone has said. They haven't gone within to use discernment, to have their own experience. I guess that's what I'm here to do, to always have my own experience and then share it in the hopes that it helps someone else. So coming full circle, I've been having all of these reflective moments of even my book that I wrote, Stepping into the Light. It is on Amazon, Stepping into the Light, Julia Treat. You can find it everywhere. Find me and Stepping into the Light everywhere, which has taken on a whole new purpose, right? Stepping into the Light started out and still continues with helping you connect to your own divine abilities. And I am going to begin shifting into that even more moving forward. But it has a whole bigger, message, or what's the word I'm looking for? Meaning. Whole bigger meaning now. Once you awaken, once you wake up, that's when you truly step into the light because you see truth. That's another subject for another day, perhaps, but something to ponder. I hear all the time, and maybe I've even said it in the past, I don't know. I'm speaking my truth, you speak your truth. Okay, I think it's safe to say there is one truth, and that's what we all need to seek. The one truth. There's not your truth and my truth. There's one truth. And I think that's what we're all going to find out very shortly. I'm looking forward to the day. I continue to evolve and, see the things that I've done wrong and find my own forgiveness for myself and talking with, God and saying, man, I really fucked that up, or I really was fucked up when that happened or when I did that. And I think that's all it takes. It's just realizing the wrongs. I've done a lot of rights, okay? But I've done some wrongs. And just owning up to them. Because I do believe God loves us unconditionally. He loves us enough that He will let us reap what we sow. He loves us enough that He will let us get that karmic justice if that's what we need. He loves us enough to learn our lessons. And I might be wrong about that, okay? But that's where I'm at today in all of this. So again, thank you all of you who have sent love and prayers and thoughts, and continue this fight. This is what this is. This is a fight. We are in a spiritual battle, and God wins. Spoiler alert, God wins. And I'm so grateful that I am on that side, the side of God, the God side, the side that was willing to open up to learn the truth, to see the truth, to hear the truth, how horrific and difficult it was. Wherever you are on your journey, I promise, just lean on your angels, continue to be connected with God, and just move through the emotions that will happen, and you will make it on the other side. I knew I was coming to a point where I had gone through some things the past several months, losing family members. And I realized, man, I guess, I do have some anger. I'm pissed. I was angry, very angry. It's seeing what's happening in the world and being a witness to the suffering. And, I realized, man, I told Michael, I said, I got to do my cleanse before I lose my mind. I literally said that. I got to do my cleanse before I lose my mind, because I'm going to lose it soon if I don't do my cleanse. So I'm on day 5, and I feel, oh, thank God. Thank God I listened to my intuition that says, do the cleanse, you're going to lose your mind. I'm on an extended cleanse. So I am excited to offer it to you in case, by the way, it's easy peasy. It really is. I can't even eat as much as I'm supposed to every day. It's that amazing. I get nothing from this other than satisfaction or happiness that someone wants to cleanse their body of the toxins. I do want to say this too. If you are experiencing anger, a lot of anger, regardless of what you're eating, drinking, or watching, doesn't matter. That is your liver. Okay, your liver needs a rescue, because your emotions can make your liver have issues, and what you eat, drink, breathe, in your skin, the stuff that everything goes through the liver. And so cleanse away the liver, and this cleanse will help you do that, and you will begin to shift very quickly. Again, I'm not giving any medical advice. You consult your physician if that's what you need to do. Again, I will be working on it this weekend and posting it on my YouTube channel, Stepping into the Light, Julia Treat. I assume, I'm not going to promise I'll have it done by Saturday, but by Sunday night. So just keep checking for the new video. It will be my next new video that I will post. And then under that video, if you don't know, some people don't know how, believe it or not, it'll have the title, and then you have to click more to get the rest of the description of the video. And that will have links to the recipes, links to, or I might just put the recipes on. We'll see. I'll figure it out. But everything under the video is going to have a link to get the supplements that you'll need. It's a powder that makes your body very pH, very alkaline, and supports your body through the detox. And then there's 2 other things you have to take. I will drop the links there so that you can get them. And then I may, if you leave me a comment leave me a comment if you're going to do the cleanse once I post it. Because if I have enough people doing the cleanse, I may post a video every day for the 10 days of the cleanse. It's a 10-day cleanse. So I may do something every day to help you get through it, even if it's like a mini meditation, or, hey, today, go do this, or, hey, today. It's things that have helped me through the cleanse. Call your friends, your girlfriends, have your husband do it with you, or have your wife do it with you. Do it together. It's super easy. Mike did it once with me. I got him to do it once when he first met me. But that's okay. I don't need him to do it. I just need to do it. But get a group, do it together, and then share the links so that they can come, get the supplements and do the videos as well. It's my pleasure to offer this to you. I'm excited. I can't wait to hear your results, which I expect you to share on that video as well. That would be great. All right, well, I hope that this has been helpful, inspirational, eye-opening, something for you today. I will be recording something else very soon. And again, I'll put the cleanse up this weekend on my YouTube channel. Sending so much love your way. God bless.